That right there is the AK-47 of gaming monitors. Why? Because many love it, many have it, many adore it, but a lot of people don't get it. It's quite expensive, but it doesn't have all the latest and greatest in tune with the time, trendy features and creature comforts. But many people still swear by it. And I think that just fits the XL2566K perfectly. Oh, and did I mention it's known for being rock solid reliable? So the question is the XL2566K still the de facto gaming monitor that many people adore and know it as? Let's start off with the good stuff, and that is the esports gaming performance. This monitor is a esports monitor, and what that means in this field is you throw everything out of the window in the name of maximum performance, and that's what you got here. It sacrifices colors, contrast, and saturation with a TN panel, known to be one of the worser looking LCD display types. But what does that bring? Lower response times on the panel itself, because TN panels are the fastest type of LCD technology, and while they don't look the best, they are the fastest and most responsive, and that's what you get here. On top of that, it has 360 Hz, which is the fastest Zowie has ever gone, and I'm sure they'll probably release a 500 Hz one day, but right now, this is the fastest they ever gone, and 360 Hz is definitely notably fast. As for whether it's better than 240 Hz, I'm not going to say that it's night and day, but if you're used to 360 and then you go back to 240, you can notice the difference. However, coming from 120 or 144 Hz to 360, that one's a notable jump, and you can definitely feel it. Definitely way more than going from 144 to 240. So I would say if you're on a 240 Hz display that you're happy with, 360 might not be an exciting upgrade, but if you're on a 100 something Hz monitor and going to 360, that one seems like a more exciting, compelling upgrade. But the thing is, it's not just refresh rate. I've established this before. Gaming monitors also need good motion clarity, because if it shows you 7 million frames, but those frames are blurry, then it doesn't matter. And that's where BenQ Zowie's backlight strobing technology called Diag Plus comes in. They've honed it and fine-tuned it for years now, and it's absolutely one of the best on the market, if not the best backlight strobing tech out there. And if you don't know what this does, it's basically, it makes the images being shown of you, of those 360 frames being shown to you, clearer. And it does this by basically strobing the backlight and turning it off when the frames on screen aren't clear. So the blurry bits don't get shown to you and only the clear bits do. Because the thing is, with LCD technology, what you actually have in each pixel is crystals that rotate to change color. It's very weird and it's really cool physics, but basically they rotate to change color. And if they haven't rotated fully yet, that's when you see the blurriness, because it's not showing the end result pixel that it's supposed to show you. By turning off the backlight when these pixels, these crystals are actually rotating in the midst of changing color to the end state, that is the clear image, you don't see the transitional stage, you just see the end stage of clarity. And if all you see are clear frames, the motion will look clearer to your brain. If you didn't understand any of that explanation, it's as simple as it strobes the backlight, and with magic, your screen is now clearer when there's things moving around on it. Don't worry about it. I do like Diag Plus. I always leave it on, and I recommend you do leave it on. They have some preset settings on there, and honestly, you can trust it. You really don't have to worry about tinkering with it. Some people are often concerned that backlight strobing causes kind of eye strain. As far as I'm concerned, I actually find that it's more comfortable to use long term because images are less blurry and it tires my eyes less. Though, if you're concerned about this, it's a good idea to maybe head down to a shop that has one of these displays on display and try out Diag Plus technology for yourself to determine whether it actually causes eye strain for you and fatigue or not. Another big thing about Diag Plus is that it is a motion blur reduction technology that isn't GPU reliant. It's built into the monitor, so if you don't have an NVIDIA GPU to support ULMB2 on some other gaming monitors, like, you don't get motion blur reduction. With this, it doesn't matter what GPU you have, you'll be fine, which is really important to me because my GPU is a 7900 XT. So in terms of esports gaming and giving you maximum clarity and competitive advantage, the XL2566K definitely delivers. There's a good reason why so many esports pros use it, even when they're not sponsored by Zowie. It just works, and it works really, really well. But on top of that, the XL2566K has a bunch of interesting things added on as well that really only makes sense if, well, you are doing some sort of sports related setup, tournament, or you're heavily into the world of esports. For example, the monitor arm and monitor stand has markers on it so that you know exactly what monitor height you've set, what monitor angle you've set. So if you go to a LAN tournament with the same monitor, you can set it up exactly as you have at home for maximum comfort, which some people care about. Another example is that it has a handle. So if you're moving the monitor from LAN tournament to LAN tournament, from setup to setup, or you're moving it around because you're an event organizer, it's super easy. Which is also probably why so many tournaments use this monitor or use a Zowie monitor as their LAN tournament monitor. It also has these little flaps that you can attach or remove to basically block reflections, which is actually quite useful if you are in a LAN esports event with a lot of bright lights and exciting screens going on. It helps you focus. At home, it's kind of redundant unless you have sun shining into your room. And of course, the stand is extremely ergonomic. You've got height, tilt, swivel, pivot, all the adjustments that you need, and it better do because at this price range, it's not a cheap gaming monitor. So my recommendation is this: if more than 60% of the time you plan to spend on this monitor is going to be spent on esports gaming, competitive, fast-paced gaming, yeah, the XL2566K is a very interesting, compelling option and absolutely one of the best if you're talking about pure performance. If what you are planning to do is more media, or you're planning to play more AAA, story, immersive titles where it's about visual fidelity, then you should look elsewhere. But if you are going to spend a lot of your time gaming, grinding, ranking up, playing competitive games, looking for a competitive advantage, XL2566K is a great choice and a compelling one at that. And one that I can recommend. And it's probably going to go on my desk and become my new daily driver from now on. And with that, subscribe.